Imagine if there was a story that could change everything you thought you knew. The world had concealed this story for centuries due to its immense power. What if I told you that Jesus imparted a secret message to Mary Magdalene, a message so revolutionary that the Bible had to ban it? This message holds the key to unlocking a secret power within you, a power that can transform your life. What it reveals could completely change the way you think about yourself and the world around you. This message isn't just ancient history, it's a message meant for you. It reveals that you have the power to shape your reality in ways you never imagined. Centuries ago, early Christian leaders made a decision that would change history forever. They banned the Gospel of Mary, a text that contained secret teachings from Jesus. Because these teachings empowered ordinary people, they showed that anyone, not just priests or religious leaders, could access divine power. This is not just a story of the past. It is about you and the hidden potential within you. The forbidden gospel reveals that each of us possesses a creative power in our minds, a power that can shape the world around us. The hidden gospel carried knowledge that could transform lives, including yours. Jesus shared something incredible with Mary Magdalene, something he did not tell others. He revealed that our thoughts create reality. Yes, your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Your beliefs, thoughts, and desires shape the world, which is not immutable. This was not a message the church wanted to spread. If everyone knew they had this power, people would not need to rely on outside forces for guidance. They would not feel helpless. Instead, they would realize that they are the creators of their own destiny. It threatened the control that institutions had over people. If everyone realized that they could tap directly into divine power without needing someone else to tell them how, it would completely disrupt the system. So they buried this gospel, and with it the message that you have the same creative power that Jesus revealed to Mary. In 1945, hidden in the Egyptian desert, the Gospel of Mary was rediscovered. And what it contains is revolutionary. It's the power of your mind. Jesus revealed to Mary that everything starts with your thought. What you focus on grows. What you believe becomes real. Your mind can limit you or set you free. The choice is yours. Most people have hidden this knowledge for centuries, leading them to live their entire lives without realizing their full potential. They believe their circumstances are beyond their control, but your thoughts shape your world. The year is AD 325, and the Roman Emperor Constantine has just convened one of the most influential councils in history, the Council of Nicaea. The council's task was to shape the future of Christianity by deciding which texts would become the official teachings of the faith. However, most people are unaware that this council not only selected which stories to include, but also made the decision to bury others. This ancient text, discovered much later, contains revelations so powerful that they could have changed the course of Christianity and even the way we view ourselves today. It conveyed a message that empowered individuals, demonstrating that they didn't require intermediaries such as priests or the church to establish a connection with divine power. Instead, it revealed that each individual has a direct connection to the divine and the power to shape their reality. This was not something those in power wanted people to know, so they buried it. The Gospel of Mary portrayed Mary Magdalene not only as a witness to Jesus' teachings, but as his closest disciple, the one to whom he entrusted his most powerful and hidden knowledge. This gospel paints a portrait of Mary that is very different from what we are accustomed to hearing, not a sinner, but a leader. Her task was to reveal the secret of the divine power within each of us. The church feared this message because it undermined their control over spiritual teachings. If people knew they could access divine power without the help of religious leaders, it would completely disrupt the very fabric the church had worked so hard to build. It would challenge the fundamental beliefs that most people have held for centuries. Jesus told Mary that our minds have the power to shape reality. This is not simple teaching. This revelation aligns with ancient Hermetic wisdom, which also teaches that all is mind, that our thoughts, beliefs, and focus create the world around us. In the Gospel of Mary, Jesus explains that sin does not come from some external force. Sin, as we have been taught to believe, is not a burden placed upon us by an angry God. Instead, sin comes from within us, from our own actions and decisions when we stray from the good that resides in our essence. This understanding puts power and the responsibility back in our hands. If we are the ones who shape our reality, then we possess the power to alter it. You are not trapped. You are not powerless. But this is a message that the early church found dangerous. If people realized that they did not need the church to access this divine power, the authority of the institution would crumble. The early church not only banned the Gospel of Mary, but they also rewrote her role in Christian history. Instead of portraying her as a spiritual leader and confidant of Jesus, they transformed her into a symbol of sin, a fallen woman. The intentional character assassination aimed to deprive her of her authority and lessen the revolutionary message she conveyed. Mary had access to the hidden teachings of Jesus, teachings that were not intended for everyone. And these teachings, if widely known, would empower individuals to claim their divine power. The early church hoped to minimize her role and forget her gospel by recasting her as a sinner. The early church feared this message because empowered people are harder to control. And that's exactly what this gospel does. It empowers. It tells you that you are not helpless. You are not a passive observer in your life. You are the creator of your own destiny. Most people will never know this. They will go through life never realizing the power they possess within themselves. They'll keep thinking forces beyond their control control them. Despite centuries of suppression, the Gospel of Mary has resurfaced at a crucial time. Today, as more people seek spiritual empowerment outside of traditional institutions, the message of this gospel is more relevant than ever. It offers a reminder that you hold the keys to your own reality. Institutions have held spiritual authority for centuries, with religious leaders serving as intermediaries between people and God. These intermediaries are the only ones who can grant us salvation, forgiveness, and a connection with the divine. One of the most radical ideas found in the Gospel of Mary is that each individual has a direct connection to the divine, without the need for intervention from religious institutions or priests. This concept is called spiritual autonomy. It means that you do not need permission or guidance from others to access divine wisdom. You already have that power within you. Your relationship with God, the universe, or whatever divine force you believe in does not require external validation. It is a direct, personal connection. For centuries, people have been conditioned to believe that they are dependent on external forces for spiritual fulfillment. The church, governments, and even social norms have convinced us that we are powerless without them. But the Gospel of Mary turns this belief on its head by revealing the truth. You are your own source of spiritual strength. In this forbidden text, Jesus tells Mary Magdalene that our mind is where our divine power resides. He explains that it is our thoughts, beliefs, and inner wisdom that shape the world around us. He didn't teach Mary that she needed the church or any intermediary to access the divine. He taught her that the power to create and connect with the divine is already within her and within all of us. This directly contradicts the centuries-old traditional Christian teachings. The Gospel of Mary reveals that Jesus' message was about empowering people to take control of their spiritual path. It wasn't about following rigid rules or relying on external religious leaders to find salvation. In fact, in the Gospel of Mary, when other disciples doubted Mary's knowledge, Jesus rebuked them, reassuring them that she had access to the same divine wisdom that he shared with all of them. He made it clear that everyone, not just a select few, had the ability to unlock this inner power. When you understand that your mind is a powerful tool, you can begin to reclaim your autonomy. Your thoughts and beliefs shape everything around you, including your actions, relationships, and even your successes and failures. What you focus on becomes your reality. In the Gospel of Mary, Jesus explains a key concept. The mind is the bridge between the material world and the spiritual world. This means that your mind is not just a tool for thinking or reasoning, it is your gateway to deeper spiritual understanding. Through your mind, you can access the divine wisdom that shapes reality. This understanding is what gives us spiritual autonomy. You don't need to look to others to tell you what is right or wrong or how to live a spiritual life. The answers are already within you, awaiting your discovery. In a world that tries to make us dependent on external forces, spiritual autonomy is a radical act of freedom. It is a reminder that the power to create, to heal, to grow is all within you. His most profound idea is that the universe is mental, with thought creating and shaping everything. This ties into the ancient Hermetic principles, which teach that the mind is the creator of reality. Jesus taught Mary Magdalene that our thoughts are vibrations that affect the structure of the universe. If you can control your mind, you can control your reality. In esoteric Christianity, Mary Magdalene is not merely a disciple, but a guardian of secret knowledge. Although traditional Christian texts often downplay her role, the Gospel of Mary reveals that she was Jesus' closest confidant, chosen to receive teachings that were too advanced for the other disciples to understand. Indeed, this Gospel portrays Mary as a leader, a teacher who guides the other disciples through their confusion and loss. She tells them about her visions and direct conversations with Jesus, sharing profound insights into the nature of the mind, the soul, and the journey of the Spirit. One of the core teachings of esoteric Christianity is the idea of the soul's journey. The physical world is not all there is. Our souls are on a path towards spiritual enlightenment, constantly evolving and growing as we seek to understand the true nature of reality. This idea reflects the Gnostic belief that the physical world is a lower realm that we must transcend in order to connect with the divine. Jesus asserts that the material world's limitations do not bind us. The Gospel of Mary's most significant lesson is that each of us possesses divine power. You maintain a connection with God and the universe. Instead, you are a part of it. Through your mind and soul, you have direct access to the same creative force that shapes all of existence. This implies that you possess far greater power than you previously thought. You are not just a participant in life, you are the creator of your reality. Your thoughts, beliefs, and intentions are what guide your life's path. She invites you to take control of your spiritual journey and actively shape the world around you. People have too long believed that institutions, leaders, or some distant, unreachable God control their destiny, leaving them powerless. But the message Jesus shared with Mary Magdalene shatters that illusion. You are not bound by what others say about you or your spiritual path. You no longer need to look outside of yourself for validation or guidance. If you're finding value in this journey, discovering these hidden truths, and feeling empowered by what we've explored together, please consider supporting this message by hitting the Super Thanks button. Your contribution helps keep these transformative teachings alive, spreading the knowledge of your own creative power to even more people. This doesn't mean that life is without challenges. Far from it. But it does mean that you have the tools to overcome those challenges. The Gospel of Mary teaches us that we can achieve true freedom by mastering our thoughts, controlling our minds, and aligning ourselves with the divine truth that already resides within us. As you embark on this journey, you'll discover something truly remarkable. Your life will begin to change. As you align your thoughts and beliefs with the truth of who you truly are, a powerful, creative being, you'll begin to see the world around you transform. Opportunities that you thought were out of reach will suddenly become possible. Relationships will deepen as you connect with others from a place of spiritual understanding. Most importantly, you'll feel a sense of peace knowing that you're not at the mercy of outside forces. You're an active participant in shaping your destiny. Remember, the wisdom found in the Gospel of Mary is not just ancient history, it is living truth that can guide your life today. By understanding and embracing the teachings Jesus shared with Mary, you are stepping into a greater awareness of your own spiritual power. It's not about rejecting tradition or faith, it's about deepening your connection with the divine and understanding that the answers you seek are already within you. Thank you for watching. Come be part of our community by subscribing to our channel until the next video.